Hello, 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 and welcome to today's episode of Her Version. This podcast is dedicated to sharing stories of struggle to triumph, a platform that allows individuals to tell their truth in order to inspire and uplift others. For those of you that are new to this podcast and like content like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you follow, like, and share. I am your host, Sabrina Victoria. Let's jump right in. Thank you for those of you joining us today for this episode of Her Version. The Her Version platform is built on storytelling and the understanding that many times our greatest learning experiences come from learning from other people's stories. Today, I am speaking with an amazing woman named Lisa Ingalls Witter. Lisa is here today to talk about her journey about learning and wholeheartedly believing in the theory of law of attraction. 30 years into this journey, she turned around and realized it had done absolutely nothing for her despite her persistence. If you are having these same struggles, you are going to want to sit down and listen in. Lisa is going to break it down, reverse it, and tell you the truth about getting what you want out of life. We are here today to talk about spiritual awakenings. Welcome, Lisa. What is law of karma?
Yes. So the law of karma is, first of all, karma. Most people, it's become a really prevalent word. So most people know karma. But really, the word karma just means action. It's a Sanskrit word for action. The law of karma, however, says that for every action, there is a result. It's really easy. Like, it's straightforward. For every action, there's a result. Most people think of it, have a misconception of karma. However, they think, oh, like if you do something bad will happen to you. Or if I must have good karma, or he must have great karma because look at their life is wonderful. Or you think of someone like, it doesn't work that way, because you can see the opposite happen too, where someone who it's like, how come good things are happening to them, but they're a bad person, right? So you quickly see that the law of karma is way more complex than just one action, one result. Underlying the law of karma is that there is a complex web of causes and conditions that happen within this lifetime, but other lifetimes as well. Here's a really easy way to understand it. I always use this example. So it's like if you were to take a sunflower seed and plant it, that seed needs certain conditions in order to manifest into a sunflower. It needs sunlight, it needs soil, it needs water. It needs these three things. When those proper conditions are present, within about 80 to 120 days, that sunflower or that sunflower seed will sprout and turn into a sunflower. It had the proper causes and conditions. However, if you were to take an acorn and plant that acorn, it also needs sunlight, soil, and water. But an acorn is going to take about 20 years to turn into a fully mature oak tree. So it's sort of an imperfect analogy, but good enough in that karma is the same way. Karma is like a seed of action is planted, but the repercussions or the results of that action require certain causes and conditions in order for it to flourish in your life. It might happen immediately. You're texting and driving, you get in a car crash. Okay, that's like instantaneous result. But other things like trying to build a business or whatever it might be for you might take quite a bit more time to manifest results, because the proper causes and conditions need to be present in order for that action to completely manifest to its full fruition in time. And what the law of karma says, or the doctrine of karma says, is that some of those actions might manifest in, a day or a week or a month, or it might take decades, but it also might take lifetimes.
Wow.
So we might be bringing with us some karmic actions or karmic seeds from a past lifetime, which then starts to explain why bad things happen to good people, good things happen to bad. You just can't even know. You can't put one cause with one condition. That's how it completely is 100% different than the law of attraction, because it's not saying, oh, you just need to think this certain way in order for this thing to be created in your life. It's saying, no, there's a complex web of causes and conditions that are contributing to what you're experiencing in your life right now. And that the great thing about the law of karma, and where it's most misunderstood, is that, oh, you are a prisoner of karma. We're all a prisoner of karma. But what the teachings tell us, yogic teachings tell us, is that, oh, that's not actually true, that karma isn't your destiny. You can actually clear your karma. There are ways to do that, so that, yes, what you're experiencing right now in this relative reality is a result of the past. But from right now moving forward, you can start to plant new seeds that will start to create something different for you in your life, if that makes sense.
So if I was like the granddaughter of a mass rapist murderer, then I could start to create my own karma by doing good in order to stop the bad karma that could be hindering me from 3 generations back.
Yes. So now you're getting into something that's even more complex, which is ancestral karma. And we do carry ancestral karma with us. Ancestral karma is not our karma, it's the karma of our ancestors. And sometimes it shows up in our life because it's ancestral. And it's too much for me to get into how that works, but there are, and I teach these specific practices for clearing ancestral karma. It's really, really a very, very important practice to be doing. To be,
Is it a spell?
Is it a spell? No.
Yeah. The way you were saying it sounded like it was a spell.
Oh, like their karma coming to you is a spell?
No, like your practice on how to get rid of it is
Oh, yeah, it's a
it
specific.
sounded very ceremonious and
Oh, yeah, it's a meditation type of practice that is, yeah, there's a whole meditation that you do with it, bringing in all of your ancestors up to 10 generations. I'll sort of give you high level. You create what's called an ancestor mandala, because it's said that we can bring, we can bring with us, or we can be experiencing the karma of ancestors up to 10 generations back, which, if you play that out, that's like thousands and thousands of people. So you create or visualize all of your ancestors behind you, and you visualize all of the enlightened beings before you, and then you yourself become the bridge where the people behind you, obviously your ancestors, representing your past, and the enlightened beings represented where you're going. So you can be the bridge and offer blessings and karma clearing for the ancestors. So you can, this is something that is very well known in Buddhist traditions and yoga traditions. So it's, yeah.
Wow.
This is it's a whole other topic, so it's hard for me to go deep into it, but yeah.
Yeah, but I'm glad that we brought it up, because it's always good when you're dispelling something to give an alternative to another way of thinking, versus, nope, that's wrong. And then it's like, well, what do I do now? So it leaves us with something to think about. It leaves us with something to be able to dig into in our own personal lives. Besides you as a coach, which, we're going to get into that a little bit later. What should somebody be kind of searching for or looking for if they're looking for more information on karma, the law of karma?
I have a lot of information about it on my
Your website?
website. It's at karmic dash, yeah, there it is, right there, karmic-warrior.com. So you can definitely find out more there. What I have found with the law of karma is I became obsessed with it myself. Obsessed meaning once I realized, oh my gosh, there's this other law that sort of it transcends the law of attraction. I should be focusing on this law of karma. I realized that there isn't really a lot written very clearly on the law of karma. So that has been my work, is to clarify what the law of karma is, what it really means, how do we clear our karma. These are all things that are of interest to me because it's my belief that that when we understand the law of karma, we will end our own suffering in our lives. And when we end our own suffering, meaning that we can actually experience a life of happiness, fulfillment, joy, and contentment, independent of our life circumstances. That's key, independent. Whereas law of attraction is focused on, your life circumstances being a certain way in order for you to be happy. Law of karma dispels that myth and says, no, you can be happy regardless of the circumstances of your life. You can find true joy and contentment regardless of the circumstances of your life. And that's a very, very important piece. So I believe that that's part of my mission in the work that I do, is to help people understand how does that actually work, because it's a deep journey to embark on, and it's one that will ultimately lead you to deeper peace and understanding than continually trying to be doing these personal development projects that sort of just keep you stuck in your mind and stuck in beliefs. I really learned that the truth is no belief is true. And so we need to dispel and our own beliefs and our own belief systems. I spent so many years of my work as a coach helping people to bust their beliefs and change their beliefs and changing one belief to another belief. And what I came to understand is, oh, well, even if I change that sort of negative belief into a more positive belief, it still keeps me prisoner to shoulds and shouldn'ts and expectations of how I think I should be and how I should act, when the truth is that no belief is true, that thoughts are just tools, not truths. They point us towards the truth, but they aren't the truth itself.
Wow.
So this work with clearing karma, that's one of the primary steps, is to stop believing and start knowing. And when I say that, I mean knowing not as conceptual knowing, like, oh, I've read all these books and I've done all these seminars and workshops and I know. No, in Eastern spiritual tradition, it's all about having direct experience of the truth, meaning the truth of who you are and the true nature of reality and how reality works, which is
Wow.
very different from the law of attraction.
Yeah, definitely.